Hi everyone, welcome to your Dynamic Pilates 45-minute full body workout. I'm Sarah Brown, and together we'll be going through this rather challenging session. Now, if you have ankle weights, 1 kilo ankle weights, if you've got 2 kilo, well, I wish you luck, but 1 kilo is enough. If you have those, please pop those on during the middle of the session when I invite you to. If you don't have any weights or you choose not to use the weights today, absolutely fine. You will still find this a wonderful workout, but the option is there to make it a little bit more intense if you want to work on some strength and endurance as we move through. When you're ready, come to the middle of the mat in standing without the weights on, and we'll make a start. Have the hands on the hips. Taking deep knee bend to begin as we start into a deep plie. I'm just dropping the hips down to the floor. Let's go for 10 and 9. You want to try and make sure that those knees are going over those toes. We're dropping the sit bones straight down between the heels. The shoulders are down, the belly's in, and we're trying to make a 90-degree angle at this knee line. So really try and go full depth for 3 and 2. Here's your last one. We stay here. Lift the right heel off the floor. We pulse the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Press the right heel down. Lift the left heel up. Continue pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Press the left heel down. Reach both arms up to the sky, directly out to the side. We're going to hold in this deep plie for 5, 4, 3, 2, and we come all the way to standing. Big deep plie. Reach the arms out to the side. We hold for 5, 4. See if you can go a little deeper. For 3, for 2, for 1. We come back. Do 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Come up and plie down for 5, 4, 3. Chest lifts, shoulders down, and 1. Taking your right arm by the ear, we press over and reach over to the side. Taking your right arm over the head, left arm the opposite way. Deep inhale. And then as we exhale, come back through your plie. Let's go the other side. So big reach left with the right arm squeezing to the top of the mat. And then we come back through. Let's do that 2 more times. Right side. And back through. Left side. And back through. We'll come all the way up. Hands come to the hips. Turn the toes parallel. Bend the knees, come flat back to the floor as we come into almost like a wide ski squat. The body is super parallel to the floor, belly's in. Reach the arms by the ears for 5. Come down a little lower with the sit bones. For 4, good. For 3, for 2, we place the hands down on the floor, legs, and fold forward. And let it go. Really good. Deep breath in. Now we're going to take your right hand to the left ankle, take your left hand to the left hip, and draw the chest towards the left leg as you pull in. So we're just favoring that left side, perhaps getting a little bit more of a stretch through the outer edge of the left hip. And then as we exhale, change legs and hands. So we take the left hand to the outside of the right hip, right hand to the right hip, squeeze the chest and twist through the top of the back and press the body towards the thigh. Deep breath. And then we come back through to the center. Now taking the hands just to the top of the kneecaps, bend the knees. We're going to roll up through the spine and then flatten the back to the floor. So as we inhale, it's a roll through the spine. Exhale, flatten the back to the floor. Inhale, roll. I'm just going to change my direction here. And then exhale, flatten the back. We squeeze and roll. And exhale, flatten the back. Let's go. 4 and down. Good. So really round through the top of the back. Tuck the chin in. And 2 more. Belly drives. And down. Last one. Exhale. And down. And then we'll come all the way to standing. Heel toe those feet back together. Just take our hands on the hips, a little rise up onto the tippy toes. Reach the arms all the way above the crown of the head. Hold. And then heels press down. And we'll move to put the ankle weights on your legs now. We then turn the hips square to the front of the mat and come down into a lunge. Deep breath in. Are we all awake now? I certainly am. We rise up for 10 and down, and 9 and down, 8, good, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. We then extend the back leg. We're going to reach the arms either to the side or forward by the ears. We lift the back thigh and tap, keeping a bent knee on that standing leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're loading up those glutes for 10. And then we come to standing, have a little knee bend. Step back into a lunge on the second side. Hips are square. We lunge down and come tall. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the back leg. We're over the front thigh. Reach the arms out by the ears or directly to the side, whichever's best balanced for you. We reach forward and tap for 10. 9. Back leg super straight and strong. The shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stand strong and tall on both legs. We then bend the knees and come to standing. We then roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the sit bones low. Rock back into the sit bones and bring the feet off the floor. Good. We're then going to tap the right toe. Tap the right toe, lift it off the floor. Left toe and lift. Chest lifts as we tap and down. And tap. We go for 10 and 9, 8, here's 7 and 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Soles of the feet come down onto the floor. Lengthen the chest forward. And we roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Reach the arms back. Inhale. As we exhale, tuck the chin in and come all the way to sitting tall. We then roll down through the spine. Reach the arms back on the inhale. Belly pulls through to the spine, flatten the back. Exhale, chin tucks in. We roll all the way up through the spine and come to seating tall. Again, for 4, rolling down, chin to chest. Really feel a stretch through the top of the back. Chin rolls in and we sit tall. And your last one, rolling down. Reach the arms back. Bring the right foot and the left foot together in tabletop position. And hands come down by your side, palms up. We then extend. Your right leg, continue to draw the belly to the floor. Right leg extends long. Come back to table. Left leg, back to table. We go 10 right and in. 9 and in. Backs of the shoulders are pushing into the floor. We're continuing to draw the belly through the spine, making sure there's a 90-degree angle at the hip and the knee when we come to tabletop. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then we hug the knees into the chest and give the nose a little. Beautiful. Taking the top of the head down onto the floor, we're going to continue and build on that last exercise now. So the legs are back into your tabletop. We're going to reach the arms all the way back. Now, as the leg extends, belly draws in, shoulders draw down, and the arms sweep forward to the floor. So we extend right, and come back through. Left, exhale, come back through. And come back through. And squeeze. Inhale, exhale. So it's really slow. The movement of the arms and legs is coordinating with the breath. We have 6 and squeeze. 5 and squeeze. 4 in. 3 in. 2 and in. Last one, we squeeze, hold. Leg comes in, arms stay here. We pump for our hundreds. Chin and chest is off the floor, looking up 45 degrees to the sky. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5, belly in, off we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just checking in with those knees. Are the thighs coming to the chest or are they staying completely aligned to the sky? Long bone, knee to hip is directly vertical. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we hug the knees in, have a little rest. You may wish to take the arms to the side, maybe roll them over. Whew. And over to the other side. And lengthen down, little twist stretch. Really good. Okay, we're going to add on again one more time. So this time we extend both legs up to the sky. Hands are down by your side, belly's drawing into the floor. Backs of the shoulders are squeezing down as well. We lengthen your right leg, exhale, and then inhale, bring it back up to the top. So your leg will only go as low as your belly stays connected to the floor. If you can only get it to 45 degrees, that's absolutely fine, and then bring it back up to 90. If you can get it completely parallel to the floor with the belly connecting to the floor, awesome as well. So we inhale first, exhale, lengthen left. Come back to the top, inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. So we're making sure that those quads are really switched on. Everything is very active. The legs are as straight as you can possibly get them. Those toes are super active pointed. The fronts of the ankles are lengthened. So we're not curling the toes under. We're making sure that we are pointing those toes. Inside seam of the legs is super active and strong as well. Let's go 4 more. And 3 more. Continue to pull that belly to the spine. For 2. Last one. We then add on. We reach the arms back. As we exhale, left leg lengthens. Come back to the top. Arms reach back on the inhale. Exhale, right leg lengthens. Head and shoulders come off the floor. So we want the top leg to be super straight as well. If you notice that it's bent, just try and stretch it a little bit more. Let's go for 8. And squeeze. And 7. Squeeze. If you've got a little shake, just make sure you breathe deeply. That's the nervous system. Finding new pathways of activation. Strength and control and endurance. Good. We have 3 more. And squeeze for 2 more. Stay with me. We've got this. And last one. And in. We then bring the knees in. Take a deep breath. Place the soles of the feet down on the floor. Just as a little counter through the lengthening of the hips. We're going to roll up through the spine. Come to your bridge. And then roll back down. Let's do 4 more of those. So just releasing through that lower back. Squeezing and activating those glutes. Really good. For 3. And last one for 4. And rolling down. Beautiful work. Excellent. So we take a deep breath in. Let's rock and roll up and down the spine. We're going to move back to your glute work now. So as you come through, little cross of the ankles, come through to your tabletop position. And we take the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You can have the knees a little bit separated, about hip width apart. Belly draws in. As we take an inhale, we extend right leg all the way back. I'm going to lift it just above the hip line, so not letting the belly drop, still keeping the abdomen engaged. Lift that leg a little higher than parallel. Good. Square the hips off, so push the right hip towards the floor and lift the left hip up away from the floor. And we pump the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3. Dome the top of the back, push the floor away at the chest, good, 2, and 1. We then tap the floor, lift it high, tap the floor, lift it high. We go 10, 9, breathing, 8, little pacey, 7, and 6, good, 5, and 4, here's 3, and 2. Last one, we lift and lengthen. Now we bend the knee into your fire hydrant, flex the foot. We then press the heel back, keep the toe flexed and up to the sky. We come in through fire and press kick back. For 10, push, 9, little dynamic movement, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, 4, good, 3, and 2. Last one, we press and hold, flex the foot, pump the leg, and 1, and 2, and 3. Slightly different angle of the top of the hip work there. And 3, and 2, and 1. We lower down into the floor. Have a little push back in your child's pose. You can either take the forehead down or keep the chest lifted. It's up to you. We're stretching the bum, so whatever feels best. Big deep breath. Good. We then come back through to your tabletop. We take the leg, left leg back this time, lift it parallel to the floor, and then just lift a little higher. And we pump. 10, 9, 8, 7, pointy toe, 6, dome the top of the back, belly draws in, 5, 4, 3, 2, eye gaze is 45 degrees forward. We're long through the back of the neck. We type the toe on the floor and then lift it tall and down and lift for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. We then flex the foot, bring that knee into fire hydrant, and then press kick back, heel kicks into the back wall. Really good. For 2, and squeeze, and 3, and squeeze, and 4. Let's pace it out, bit quicker. 1, and 2, and 3. Here's 4. Knee is high above the floor, keep it parallel. 2, don't let it drop. Last one, we hold here. Pumps with that leg, foot flex, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we come down and then we have a little press back. Deep inhale and exhale. Really nice. We then come back through to your tabletop position. Now come down onto the forearms. So you can either flex the hands or have the hands flat on the floor. We'll take a step back into your plank position. From here, we take a deep breath in, roll onto the blade edge of your left foot and inner seam of your right, and lift the right arm up to the sky in a low side plank. On those elbows, we're going to lift those hips up a little higher. Now, you can either stay here, or if you want to add some intensity, take your right leg, place it on top of the left, and we lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get to 8, 6, you can do it, 7, and 8, really good. We then bring right forearm down, roll straight over onto the left outer seam of the left leg, right leg, sorry, and lift the left arm. Again, you can stay here, keep squeezing the glutes, lift underneath the rib cage, or we can add on. Lift the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We then place the left forearm on the floor, lower the belly down, and we'll take the right cheek or left cheek to the floor and just have a little rest. Feel that heart beating. Oh, wonderful. Really good work. Beautiful. So we take the feet to the top corners of the mat, squeeze the glutes, take the forearms down, the forehead down onto the floor, and extend your forearms so that we're in a T shape, palms are down and the shoulders are down. From here, we press the feet into the earth, draw the lower belly in, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back line, and then we lift the heart, chest and arms off the floor. The back of the neck is long. We then reach the arms superhumans flying through the air by the ears, take them out to your T shape, and then back to the floor. Again, we go inhale, T, super, T, lower, T, super, T, and lower. So the back of the neck is really long. We're not cricking and looking up. It's the lift of the lower back and the upper back that creates the space between you and the floor. Let's go 4 more. 4, super, T, and down. For 3, super, T, and down. 2, super, T, and down. And 1, super, T, and then as we come down, we'll bring the hands, place one on top of the other, put the forehead down on the hands, and we'll bring the legs together. Tops of the feet push into the earth. Deep inhale and exhale to release. We then lift an extended right leg without bending the knee. We lift from the top of the thigh and then lower down. We alternate without shifting through the hips. Both hip bones push into the floor as we lift and lengthen the left leg and lower down. Right leg lengthens and lower and left and lower. 8, down, shoulders are staying down. 7, we're breathing. 6, and lower. 5, and lower. 4, and down. 3, and down. 2, easy movement. And 1, and lower. Beautiful. We'll place the hands underneath the armpits, push back into a child's pose or a kneeling position, and we'll shift the sit bones over to the other side, and we'll take the weights off. They have had their purpose today. For now. Well done. Okay, so we'll come through into your high plank once you've removed your weights, and we'll take your right leg forward into a pigeon pose. So we'll just stretch through those glutes. Now you can either stay here, tented fingers on the floor, straight spine, or you can come down onto the forearms. And we'll just have a stretch through those glutes. Well done. So a little full body blitz there today. Now, as you're on your forearms, continue to squeeze the glutes. Staying on your left forearm, I invite you to yawn your right arm open. You will feel, I hope, a little bit more intensity in the stretch on that right hip. So you've got your right leg forward and your right arm open. If your left leg is forward, then your left arm will be open. Awesome. And then we come back down, tuck the back toe under, and we step back into your high plank. We'll just do straight over the other side. So we've got the left leg forward, untuck the back toes, come down onto those arms. Back leg is engaged, so we're not just hanging out in this position. We're pressing the chest forward. The hips are square, so we're not favouring into the left if that is forward, and sinking into that sit bone. We then yawn, the left arm open all the way to the sky, press down into the elbow. So we're pushing the elbow of the right arm away if that's connected to the floor, otherwise it's the other side, depending with which leg you led. And then we come back down onto the forearm, take a deep breath in. And then exhaling, come back up onto the hands, tuck the back toe under, step back into your high plank. We then step the right foot between the hands and lower the back knee down onto the floor. Bring the hands onto the top of the right knee and keep the sit bones pressing forward. So generally we tend to stay in a 90-degree angle here. This is all very nice and safe and secure, and safety's good, but if we want to get a little bit more of a stretch through the front of that back leg's hip, we need to slide forward a little bit more. So we lengthen through that left hip front. We then take your right hand, take it towards the back thigh and place it on the back thigh. Reach your left arm by the ear and then reach towards the back of the mat. We're just adding a little twist to the top. Continue to draw the belly in and try and get the shoulders so they line up to the long edge of the mat that you're looking towards. So I have my right leg forward, which means my shoulders are facing the right long edge of my mat. Beautiful. We then come through, place both hands framing the front foot, bring your right shoulder on the inside of your right knee, and if you can, come down onto the forearms, or if you have a block, you can use the elevation of the block there underneath your elbows. Now from here, we're going to shift the sit bones back and bend your back knee. So we come into a 90-degree position, but keep the body forward. We then press forward. Now if you're on your hands, it'll be a 90-degree push back and then a push forward. So we're just providing a little movement here to hopefully deepen into that lunge stretch. So sometimes a static hold can be excruciating, but if we add a little movement to it, it's almost like we're letting the body know that it's okay. You can go a little deeper each time. We inhale and exhale, allows the nervous system to let go. And then on the last one, we'll come through and hold here. And just notice if you can get a little deeper there. You may say, Sarah, no, I can't. You're talking absolute rubbish. Fair enough. But over time, the body will release a little more. Beautiful. We then come all the way back up onto those hands. Step that right leg back. Take a deep breath in your high plank. And then exhale, step the hands onto the top of the left knee. Now again, just to make sure these hips are square, we can come to our 90-degree position. And then like traffic lights or car lights on the front headlights of a car, we slide those hips forward without any twist of those headlights going anywhere else other than directly forward. We take your left arm, find the back thigh, reach your right arm by the ear, and then perhaps a little reach, lengthen up and back. It is an upward lift, not a dumping down. So we're lengthening that arm as way from you up to the sky as far as you can. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. We then come to frame that front foot. Take the left shoulder on the inside of the left knee and come down onto the forearms if you can, otherwise a low forearm position, like a little mini tricep push-up position, or all the way down. And we'll do our little transfer our ease transfer. So if we shift back 90 degrees and then press through. Again, the hips are still staying square. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And this last one. And exhale. And we hold for 4, for 3, for 2, and last one. Come back up onto those hands. Step that left leg back into your high plank, and we'll just hold here in your high plank. Perhaps a little transfer of the spine forward and back, lateral shift. Before we lower the knees to the floor, walk the hands back all the way to the knees. Come to find the sit bones on the floor. And we can take the legs wide or bring them directly together so the inside seam of the legs touch, or take them wide, depending on your hip range, whatever's most comfortable. We reach the arms all the way up to the sky, bent knees, flexed toes, and fold towards the top of the mat. We then walk those hands all the way back in, bring the soles of the feet together, press the knees open, and again another fold forward. Now you may wish to have just the forearms down or tent the fingers away from you on the floor for support. Try and let the head go. And do try and keep the spine long. So rather than having the shortest way to get the head towards the feet, we want to try and reach as far forward as we can. The lower back is as flat as possible. We're pressing those knees down using your glute activation at the tops of the legs. We then come all the way back in, crossing your right foot over the left and bring the left foot underneath the glute. I'm just going to change my direction here so you can see. So knee is pointing directly up to the sky. We'll take the right arm behind the sit bones, left arm by the ear, bring the left elbow on the inside of the right knee. And as we inhale, we lengthen the spine, and then exhale, take a little look back towards the back of the mat. And then we release and we cross over the other side. Taking a deep breath in, reach your left arm back behind your sit bones, right arm up to the sky, elbow inside left knee. As we inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, little leverage around. And then we come back through to the center, and taking the feet about hip width apart, we roll down through the spine. We can extend those legs all the way up to the sky. Take the big toe, inside big toe, second toe with the peace finger grip. If you need to bend your knees here a little bit, please do so. Anchor the tailbone down into the floor. We're going to extend your right heel and draw it towards your face. And then maybe have a bend, and then extend the left heel, perhaps draw it towards the face, and a bend. So the anchoring of the tailbone is critical, as the anchoring of the backs of the shoulders. Now, if you're finding that holding onto the big toe is just plain awkward, trying to hold onto the back of the calves or the back of the, so we draw the toes, and then in, and then left. Last one, left, and in, take the legs wide, take a happy baby pose, draw the knees to the outside of the thighs and the torso. Beautiful, bring the knees together, we'll rock and roll up and down the spine a couple of times. And come to find a cross-legged seated position in a comfortable seat, placing the hands down in the lap, lengthening the spine, and just making sure that the shoulders are directly stacked above the hips, so we're not straining forward too much at all, even. Taking the right ear to the right shoulder. Come through center, take the left to the left. Good. We drop the chin to the chest, lengthening through the base of the skull, belly draws in. Come back to center. We then squeeze the shoulder blades together and there's a lifting of the heart and an opening through the throat. The base of the skull is supported. We're not just letting the neck crick open. There is a lift underneath the base of the skull as though it's being cradled in hands. And then back to center. Close the eyes down. Allow softness, stillness. We'll take 4 deep inhales together to close the session. Inhale. Fill the body. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And your last one. And together we take a collective exhale and just take a moment to feel your natural breath rate flow, to bring awareness as you gently scan from the crown of the head all the way down through to the big toes. Scan for tiredness, scan for tightness. Scan for stillness. And scan for energizing sensations. Together we'll take a deep inhale as we bring the hands to your third eye space in prayer. As we exhale, take a bow. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you on our next session and some more full body work. See you soon.